I'm going up into Baldy. I'm on the left side, heading up towards the steps. No one's been back here since the fresh snow a couple days ago, so the conditions are absolutely beautiful. Fresh snow, nice powder. Somebody's been back here with a sled. Other than that, I'm just kind of creeping along in the 69 Series 2, and I am chained up, low first gear, just kind of crawling along. I got a little bit of ways to go, and then I'll get to what is called the steps, which is a series of little hills that I got to climb up to get up to a nice platform, a nice place to camp, and a nice overlook of the valley. But for right now, I'm just kind of crawling along, and it's beautiful fresh snow. It's starting to snow a little bit, and I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this. Got a little hill climb coming up right here. Let those chains dig. Back up to the top of that hill. Can't really see it. This is where it gets a little technical. Get to that hill and you got to make a really sharp right. Well, of course I missed it. Backed up. Now I'm basically sideways in the trail. That's the trail going back down. This is where I want to be. Kind of a large tree up there. You can see my windshield wipers aren't doing much of anything. I'll shut them off. So I'm gonna try to get a little shot of the chains doing their thing on that front tire while I try to get, you can see where I'm basically trying to get. Up that way. I'm a little sideways in the trail, but no biggie. There we go. Flip the light on, get the amber glow going. Let this thing idle a little bit and cool back down. Staying nice and toasty warm. Got my vintage Coleman heater going. Once that thing runs for about 15-20 minutes, incredible nice heat that thing puts out. I got the defrost on the windshield, and it's just not enough when it's this cold out to keep the cab warm. The old Coleman vintage heater, man, works wonders. It's awesome. Up here doing some vintage wheeling in the snow in Alaska. Absolutely nothing better. I'm gonna let civilization know I made it up here. Let my wife and kids know I made it up here. This is probably where I'll camp tonight, but from here I can play around now that I know I can get here. It's not impossible, just a lot of digging with those chains. Now I can play around on some little side trails and get out some of my old vintage gear, and enjoy the rest of the evening and set up a nice cool camp. This I always find strange up here in Alaska. It's 8 degrees. And it's been well below freezing for quite a while around these parts. And inevitably, I don't care how cold it is, up here I always run into water on the trails. And it's so strange to me, you know, that there's unfrozen water after so many days of being below freezing. You know, and it's not even really water that's moving. That's not like a creek or anything right here. This is just we're kind of way down here in the woods, and you know, there might be a small trickle of water under there, but you know, I'm guessing it's a small fed stream, you know, bubbling up from the ground. You know, it's kind of swampy down in here, so the swamps kind of, you know, they retain that water a little more. And you know, if they're spring fed or something like that, there's always just kind of a little bit of water bubbling up. And most of this right here is overflow. So you know, there's probably a little spring around here feeding this, what would be a little tiny stream, babbling brook in the summer. But this is always so bizarre to me. I see it all over on trails, and you know, you think this stuff would be absolutely just froze solid. And I've even seen guys driving across swamps, you know, at 20 below zero, and watching water shoot up next to their tires, you know, and as they're kind of breaking the crust and you know, actually forcing that standing water up around their tires to shoot out. And it's bizarre to see that at like 20 below zero. But this is a nice little tight trail. I'm gonna get across this little water hazard, break into it a little bit, and cool little spot in the trail right here in the woods. You can see I already came down this, so I'm making my way back up. Gonna get out there a little bit. You know, you can see it's sticking right in the trail. No place you can go. You know, the snow keeps you right in here. You know, I can almost drive on autopilot. Don't even have to really steer. Kind of like a big bumper car. This is a cool spot in this trail back here. I love this back in here. So tight, kind of technical, real mysterious, heavily wooded, beautiful alpine area. And you know, you just cruise around. It stops snowing. Visibility is fantastic, even with these old stock lights. You know, that snow, the reflection and everything off the snow, it just brightens everything up. You know, fantastic. Just cruise along, get over here in the deeper snow. Basically, I'm just sitting back and relaxing, wasting some time before I set up camp. Wishing I had limited slip or lockers. Chains are doing good. Just gotta let them eat a little bit. We'll get up here where it's a little deeper. Take the high road. Let them eat. Listen to that mean little four-cylinder. Try to keep out of the tree. On the trail. On to slide off. There we go. Woo, that's an awesome shot. And yeah, my head is hanging out the window like Pet Detective style. Rallying in the choo-choo bang bang. We'll get it up here and do the camp spot. Fit it like a glove. Yeah, playing around back here on this other trail on the other side of the steps. I'm gonna call this the high mark for the night. It'd take me at least 2 times winching to get up this. Doesn't look that bad right here, of course, but this is a gnarly little hill. And you know, you add the snow and the frozen ground, and you know, there's just no traction even with the chains. I'd have to have a heck of a run at this, and there's just not enough room. And kind of packed down here in the woods, tight little trail. I'm gonna call it here and head back towards the campsite. You know, I've been playing around for a couple hours up here, and a lot of fun. Spectacular Alaska winter wheeling. Now I'm moving again, keep a little bit of momentum going. Some of these little hills I gotta try a couple times to get up, but once I get moving a little bit, let them chains dig, maintain my momentum. This is it's all powder snow up here. There's no flotation at all. So I'm basically, you know, just chewing through this powder, trying to get down to that frozen ground. And even the ground is so frozen, you know, it's just rock hard. You know, let those chains, I can feel the chains just. All right, camp is set. I'm gonna camp out in the back of the old Series 2 Land Rover. Gonna be nice and toasty warm in here real quick. I'm getting ready to make my tea and get some dinner, and then I'll make my bed, because what I can show you some of my setup here. Flip this around. So you can see, got the lantern fired up running, and got the stove down here. And it's nice and toasty in here. Got a little heater going. Got a little Coleman stove, cooking some food. There you can see the heater, the lantern. Got the old Coleman water jug, and heating up some water for some tea. It's gonna be nice and cozy warm in here. Got the window open for ventilation, so we're not worried there. But you can kind of see what's cool about Land Rovers. You can sit up in the back of them. Got plenty of room. And the way I carry my gear, I carry it in plastic totes. So when I get to where I'm going, I take the plastic totes out. I got all this room. The totes can sit outside in the weather. They're out in the snow. They're sealed up. They're not hurting anything. Got my bedroll there. Extra wool blankets there. And what I do is set that lantern down, but got all sorts of room in here playing around. Stack the totes up here in the center, and one in between the 2 seats all the way to the dash up there, and I fit in here perfectly. I got this nice cozy bedroll, old Coleman sleeping bag. I roll it out right here, flat, perfect. I'll turn off the stove. I don't even need anything in here for extra heat, and I'll be snug as a bug in a rug. And then you know, get up in the morning, I'll fire up the heat and make up some breakfast and get on with the day. Yeah, this is what I love about Land Rovers. You got all sorts of room, even in this little tiny Series 2. You know, you got all this room. I can kick my legs out, prepare my food, get some tea made, some hot water, got plenty of heat going, you know, and it's fantastic. You know, to heck with trying to screw around setting up a tent and all that business. I got a rolling tent, and hopefully have a good night. And I'll try to get a little more footage on the way out of here tomorrow in the morning, early afternoon. I don't know when I'll get out of here. But right now, I'm just looking forward to getting the night going, relaxing, and getting some good night's sleep. All right, here I am. Stayed the night out here at the top of the steps on the Baldy Trail. Got snowed on. It's still snowing a little bit. I got a nice warm crackling fire going. There's the old Land Rover. Stayed nice and toasty warm in there. Had the heat going on. Wrapped up in my nice warm sleeping bag. Got some good rest. It's about noon now. Been screwing around trying to get that thing started all morning. Just called the guy who lives right down here at the base of the trail. He's gonna ride up his ATV and give me a quick jump. I'm just too cold. Whenever it's cold like this, that thing doesn't like to start. And thought I'd be all right heating it up with a little heater for a couple hours while I ate my breakfast, and it just didn't happen. Tried it 2 or 3 times, and it's just not gonna fire. So I'm just gonna wait it out, stay here nice and cozy, warm, keep the fire going, and we'll give that a quick jump start, and I'll be rallying out of here. All right, here it's Tuesday morning. Started this little adventure Sunday night. Spent all day yesterday up there, right where I camped. Couldn't get the series started. It's too cold. Snowed all night, and guy come up, tried to get up there with an ATV, a six wheel drive ATV. Ended up not making it. Had some breakage issues with that. So basically, I just chilled out at the camp, and those guys were trying to get to me. I eventually just walked out. Ran into a couple guys on snow machines. They brought me over here to the trailhead. Met up with the guys of the 6x6s. By that time, there was one broken, and then another guy brought one over. We went back up in there, got up to the series. Just wasn't enough power in the 6x6 to get this thing jumped. So, by that time, we got out of there. I went home for a couple hours and then came right back and spent all night getting my Range Rover up there to the series, swapping out batteries, getting it started, and then kind of tag team driving it. I'd drive one a couple 100 yards, walk back, get the other one, drive that up. I did that till probably about 5 in the morning, and then had enough playing with the snow, so I parked and where the broken 6x6 is, and here it is. About 9 o'clock in the morning. We're getting ready. Guy's gonna show up, ride with me back. We're gonna try to pull that 6x6 out, and then get my Range Rover out of there. So yeah, the adventure continues.